Weathering your Gunpla or model kit, sometimes it can get really complicated. There are many things to consider, but if we successfully execute the weathering, your Gunpla will have more realistic look, and of course, that's a plus value to your Gunpla. Today I will show you how to weathering your Gunpla the easiest way. It's so easy even though you are not a person who can paint well. The result will be amazing and of course realistic. With us, Alice Kingdom. I will use this little and cute model kit for practice. Even though it's not Gunpla, no problem. This method works on any model kit. So this is the step we will do. Let's start from the first step, texturing. Before we start, please do not forget standard procedure for any model kit, which is removing the noob marks and seam lines, if you are not lazy. So I just take apart my model kit. For this stage, you need some paint grip, super glue or plastic cement. Both work well. Some hot brush. You can use something like this or your used toothbrush or whatever which has same function. And a very rough sandpaper, for example 100 grit sandpaper. First, put the paint grip on your part so your hand won't touch any super glue that we will put on the part. Put the glue evenly on the part, and if you use super glue, rub immediately with brush because super glue dry very fast. Just rub randomly. As I said earlier, you also can use plastic cement, but you need to wait until it dries before continue to the next stage. Because of this long waiting time, I don't use plastic cement. If I did, this video will be a full day video. Please remember this kind of texturing only apply on armor parts which have a layer of paint in reality, so you don't need to apply it on inner frame parts which usually don't have any paint on them. So here we talk about if this model was a real, no matter what treatment we do. You need to think like that if you do weathering. I hope you get it. This step is optional. If you don't like texture like this, no problem. Just proceed to the next step of texturing. Next stage, we will use a very rough sandpaper to make some scratch. So the story, this model has experienced various battles. Just think with your logic. Is there any weapon or war machine that is dirty but completely smooth without scratch? So this step is mandatory. Focus the scratch on the corner and edge of the part. Those sections usually have the most scratch. You also do this step on all parts, including inner frame part. After that, we can continue to the next step, coloring. Separate the parts based on its color. This armor I will paint with blue color. For inner frame parts, I suggest you to paint it with black matte. You will understand why. And this other part I will paint with gold. Now let's put them on paint grip. Okay, I already put all the parts on paint grip. Now let's paint them all. I will show you for blue part first. After primer, you can see the texture clearly. This texture will act as like some old paint on the armor. This is why I said you don't need to be good on painting, and any paint method like spray can will do. Now let's give them color. I use my own mixed color. Now let's paint the inner frame and gold part. I will use black surfacer as primer. For gold part, I will make the base color to black gloves because I don't want the result too shiny. And for the inner frame, I will only paint it with black surfacer. Let's paint them all. For the gold part, I will use this. And this is the result of the main stage of coloring. Next, I want to paint some details so it will less boring. Make sure you already give all the color you want in this coloring step before you continue to the next stage. For detailing, I will use hand brush method. If you want to know more about hand painting, you can check my hand painting tutorial on the link in the description below. After you're done, give all the color you want, including the details. You can give matte top coat, except for inner frame parts, because they already have matte finish. If you don't, no problem, because the armor parts already have some texture we give earlier. For this washing stage, we will apply a very thin enamel paint. You can make it by yourself, or if you already have something like Panaline Tamiya accent color, you can use it. As I said, you need a very thin paint with a very small hint of color when you apply. If it gives you something like this is too thick and too much. You need to dilute it more. Something like this is enough. This step will give the model a dirty aspect, so choose the color for washing correctly. I choose brown to give a dirt from ground look. Do this step on all parts and wait until dry. And this is the result of washing. I suggest you to add a matte top coat to protect this result, because after this we will use same kind of paint. If you don't add any layer of top coat, I do not guarantee the result will be as expected. For this stage, just like the name, we will use silver enamel, which come from this silver marker. Just push the tip to your pointing finger like this, and rub with your thumb until it doesn't feel wet. And rub the extra silver to the part. If you ask why finger, why no brush? Well, as I said in the beginning, this is the easy way. Brush is harder to control than your finger, and it needs what is called dry brush technique. It sounds simple, but it's hard to do. I will make a tutorial how to weathering using dry brush technique later. Focus to rub the silver on the corner and edge of the part. This stage will give the old metal look on the part, just like the paint already faded and showing its metal base. Do this step on all parts. You can see the texture we give earlier, and all the detail will comes out as we rub the silver. After this, don't forget to add matte top coat to protect all the work you have done. And this is the result. Easy, right? You can see the washing step make the hollow part more visible, and the silvering step make the details come out. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to slap subscribe and like button. Now it's your turn to try.